think this is a message for someone who's having a really powerful, like, come to Jesus moment. You don't necessarily have to be like a follower of Jesus, but that's what this feels like. It feels like life has like done enough. It's been enough. And you can finally see clearly through what was just kind of like constant turmoil. And I'm hearing something about like overconsumption, trying to make up for things that you had lost. So this overconsumption can come in different ways. It can come, I mean, literally in the form of like food or like chemicals, you know, or shopping, or just like general overconsumption, scrolling, right? And that seems to be, or it seems to have served as a remedy for, I guess, yeah, like what you've lost, or the parts of yourself that you lost. But then, you know, it kind of just became this, this is really turning into quite a story. Please don't make this fit, but I do feel like this will resonate for a few people, like a good few people. It kind of came to a point where, like, these two cards here say so much tin and vinegar. There wasn't enough of you left, so it became very bitter. You know, you didn't have enough to give because you had lost so much, and where you were trying to supplement or regain what you had lost was not cutting it, you know? So here we have this, you know, again, this like come to Jesus type of moment here. And there is a kind of rebirth. A lot of this has passed, you know, this like overconsumption trend, this fear. I'm hearing like something about wallowing. So maybe you spent a lot of time like indoors, but yeah, like a lot of this has passed already. Like you're kind of done with, hang on. Well, monitoring spirits could be a thing. There's a fruit fly in this room that I just saw chilling on my wall right there, and I was going to try to kill it, but that could be a thing. I didn't kill it. But that could be a thing for you, you know, feeling like, I mean, literally being watched, or feeling like you have, if you've been feeling like extra heavy, it's like not being able to shake those monitoring spirits can sometimes be a thing. Okay. So yeah, I feel like a lot of this is behind you. We've even got the Page of Pentacles at the bottom. There's something new kind of coming up here. And it seems to be moving really swiftly. You're putting something behind you. As I say that, the Seven of Pentacles comes out. Well, the change is moving swiftly. The endings might be moving swiftly. But you have to understand that the whole... Okay. This is a much larger shift in your life. This is not just like the days of instant gratification are kind of over for you. It's not... There's like this... unsustainability that you've learned here, you know? And so I think that you're becoming a lot more creative, and the mindset that is required to maintain this creative outlook, or this more fertile way of living, right? This more abundant way of living, that requires time and tending to, but there's not anything like the Seven of Pentacles is like tending to, but there's nothing really he has to do in this image. Like he's just having to like water and prune and just kind of maintain, you know? But with the Ace of Swords, it's a new mindset, and this is something that you asked for. This is something that you called in. With the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, there could be somebody helping you with this. But this could also be, you know, your... again, like coming to Jesus type of moment. This could also be this mindset that says like, I'm not alone and I don't have to do this alone. I can find help. Maybe some of you guys are seeking, maybe some of you guys are like going to therapy, or like have found a mentor, or like a friend that you can really confide in, you know, like there's so many possibilities here, but turning a new leaf is definitely the trend. Oh my God. Turning a new leaf. Six of Swords. Can't make it up. Where is this leading you? Knight of Wands. Where is this leading the collective? Five of Wands. The Sun. Five of Cups. Oh, yeah. Okay, so where is this leading you? Wheel of Fortune. So you've already lost the friendships and the relationships that kind of think we're holding you back. You know what I mean? Like, you've already lost so much. But now what about you, right? We've already spoken about mindset. What about you and what about you, right? Like, what about you and your way of looking out on things? What about you and your behavior? I think that this is a collective who's learning how to be their own best friend. Hang on. So there's something that is just like kind of hanging over this reading that says like there's something still haunting you. There's something still following you. There's something still on your mind that maybe you can afford to let go of. And this is a really interesting message here. So against nature, coagulation, the raven's head, and yellowing. You did things that did not feel right for you for so long that it became a part of you. And now with alchemical wedding at the bottom of the deck, part of why you have had to lose so much, and part of why like what you may or may not lose that is ahead of you won't feel like such a loss anymore, is because you're not doing that anymore. Like, it's no longer this against nature card. It's no longer like you come into a kind of alignment, you know? And I find that word alignment is, I wish that we had a different understanding or use of it, because you're always in alignment. You're in alignment with whatever you're in alignment with, you know what I mean? You're never necessarily out of alignment, but are you moving from your heart? Are you moving from your intuition? Are you moving from your womb? Are you moving from a place that feels good, that's based in desire and kind of like forthrightness, right? Like, are you moving in integrity is really the question. And here I can see that is what you've learned. So what is falling away now, or what has fallen away, it kind of had to, like, one of the cards was glass. It's about seeing clearly, you know, finally like taking a bottle of Windex to the window. You can finally see that like all of those things may have been, and you might not really be able to see this now, but if you hadn't lost all of those things, you wouldn't be able to see the path ahead. You wouldn't be able to see yourself and your inner compass truly, right? Not in the way that you can now. So what is most abundantly clear in this reading is that anything that you experience on the road ahead, it's not going to be any harder than what you've already experienced. Like, the worst is very over. It is very over. Okay. And everything that you are walking into, we've got the Four of Pentacles, we've got Justice. Everything that you are walking into is just generally going to feel better, you know? I can't stress enough, like, this collective asked for this. You asked for, maybe you've been doing a lot of work around integrity, or you've been doing a lot of manifestation work, Ace of Wands, inspiration. You've been doing a lot of like asking for the stagnancy to be lifted, you know? And sometimes that can be really jarring. Yeah, sometimes that can be really jarring. But the stagnancy has been lifted. The Tower in the World, the stagnancy has been lifted. That's what I got.